Hey y'all, welcome to the C Spot. I am Chef C. This is the C Spot. Yeah. Today I feel like, what do I feel like? I want a snack, but I want to eat. Let's make shrimp wontons. Huh? Now you've heard of what are they called? Ragu, crab ragu. This is similar. It's the mixture between, I'm doing a cross between a ragoon and an egg roll. Why, you may ask? Because I couldn't find any egg roll wrappers. But I could find wonton wrappers. So we're going to do shrimp wontons. Right on? Right on. We're going to start with our duck sauce. Caritha's version of a duck sauce. So when you read the ingredients of a duck sauce, the one that I read in the store, it had apricots. No, it had peaches, it had mango, it had some pineapple and paprika. Just it all together, duck sauce. Mangoes are too tropical for me. I'll have an itch to beyond belief. My mouth will be on fuego, and I'll yeah. And it's too icy outside for me to go to the hospital. So we're going to do a Caritha version. It's going to be low carb. So it's going to have low sugar in it. It's going to be good and flavorful. So let's get cooking. We're going to start with the duck sauce. Then we're going to come back and we're going to do the shrimp ragoon. What did I call it? I call it shrimp ragoon. No, we're going to call it shrimp wontons. We're going to come back with that. Right on? All right, here we go. All right, so I bought these little cans because it's just me and sous chef. So I've got a can of sliced peaches and I got a can of apricots. And yes, they're in syrup. I'm not going to use the syrup. So I'm going to put my pan on about medium. Hey, sous chef. Sous chef is kind of full. I fed him lunch.
Hey y'all, her Asian is on.
All right, I'm gonna use this whole can because I won't have any other use for this. So we're gonna make a big batch of this, and it's gonna last in the fridge for about 2 weeks. But more than likely, Caritha will probably freeze half of it so that she can have it later because I'm special like that. Remember? All right. So I took out the peaches and I left the juice. I'm gonna do the same thing with the apricot. I've got a can of crushed pineapple that I'm just gonna put maybe about 2 tablespoons in. I can use the pineapple for other things. I use the pineapple for everything from marinating. Ooh, this is gonna make it a lot. Marinating steak. I do a marinated steak with crushed pineapple and pineapple juice. I could probably find a usage for this juice as well. I've got some orange juice from fresh oranges. It's about a tablespoon. Chunk that in the sink of no return. All right, applesauce. I made some applesauce about a week ago, and we're going to use it in the sauce. That is about 3/4 cup of applesauce. See how I say everything goes in the pool? Chunk. I got some lemon zest. We'll put some lemon zest in here. Excuse me, that's orange zest. About a tablespoon. I said I was going to use about 2 tablespoons of pineapple. Now, I could drain it. I'm not going to. This is just in pineapple juice, so I'm okay with it. The others were in like a heavy syrup. I don't want the syrup. Now, if you wanted to be completely technical and all yada, 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 blah, 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 you could drain the peaches and the apricot, rinse them in water, then put them in the bowl. I mean, then to put them in the pot to cook. Ain't nobody got time for all that. That's a bit much. Gonna put about a teaspoon, and why don't I have my teaspoon out? Because I'm special. Gonna put a teaspoon of paprika. This is gonna give you both a little bit of smoky flavor and some color. Change that. Half teaspoon. All right, we're gonna let this come to a good simmer. And then we're gonna take the immersion blender and we're gonna blend it down. Sauce, you say? We're getting saucy. Is that what we're doing? That's what we're doing. I'm actually going to do something y'all don't usually see me do. I'm going to taste it for flavor right quick to see if I need to add anything else to this. Now my applesauce has some cinnamon. It's got some brown sugar swerve. It's got a little bit of nutmeg. I'm going to tell you, I know mo hotter, mo better, like nobody's business. He's going to want some heat. So we're going to add some, where is it? Red chili flakes. Just to give it a little bit of heat. You can do cayenne pepper too. And that's about a teaspoon. You like how I shake, 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 and then say teaspoon. Yeah, it's a teaspoon. You don't like the heat, please don't add the heat. I like the heat. All right, so we're gonna let that come to a boil, and then reduce it to a simmer and let it get all good and let the flavors meld together and let the liquid reduce. And then we're going to zhuzh it with the immersion blender, and then we're gonna have our duck sauce already ready. In the meantime, I'm gonna move this to my back burner, on the stove, so that it will come to temperature and it can cook while we are getting the shrimp ready and the wonton wrappers. And guess what? We're doing it in the air fryer. Why? Because we can. Just because we have all these tools, we don't always have to fry everything, do we? You want to fry them? We'll do both. How about that? We'll do both. See you back here in a bit. All right, y'all, let's get this going. So I've got a bag of salt mix. I've got a half pound of shrimp. I got mine with the tail on. You can get yours with the tail off. My shrimp have been washed, and these were frozen. I got a whole mess. Is that an actual weighing term? A mess. I had a whole mess of. Let me turn this heat down just a little bit. I've got about a tablespoon of oil in there. I had a whole mess of shrimp, and I went ahead and froze most of it. Yeah. So you can hear we're good and hot. So I'm just going to detail mine. We're going to chop these up, so it's not going to be whole. I know there's probably a fancier way to detail them, but ain't nobody got time for that today. You want a snack, we want a snack. I know we're out of football season, we're in basketball season. Basketball, baseball, all that. NASCAR, whatever you like. The Olympics are going on. All right, shrimp are in. And we're just gonna cook these to just a little pink. We always wash thine hands after we deal with seafood. This is not gonna take long for it to get pink. Then we're gonna chop it up. And we're gonna cook our. We're gonna chop it up. And we're gonna cook our salt mix. You know, those don't look kind of. They're gonna taste kind of bland. So let's put some Obey, cause I can. Remember, this is my recipe. You don't like Obey? Don't use Obey. I'm actually gonna use a mixture. So we're gonna use some Obey. Oh man, I love the smell of Obey, especially when it's my Obey. A little house seasoning and a little Chinese five spice. Season, y'all, season. I saw one person on IG said, if you're not sneezing, it ain't seasoned. And I was like, oh my, I don't think I want to season that much. Guess what? We're done. I'm going to pull out my cutting board. We're going to plop those on there and let them cool so I can cut them. In goes our slaw mix. Giving our homemade duck sauce a little stir. Turn the temperature down. It had a good burl going. Good burl. All right. Big pieces don't do us any good. We're gonna cook this down just a little bit. I'm gonna cook it with some. So I already got carrot. The slaw mix has carrots and cabbage already in it. I am going to add about 2 cloves of garlic. Remember, I seasoned my shrimp, right? So I'm not going to over season. And yes, that is possible. Cabbage has a natural moisture in it. So I'm not going to add a whole lot of liquid stuff to it because I don't want it to be mushy. So we're going to add where'd I put it? I'm going to add just a little bit of Chinese five spice. So we're going to go dry route as much as possible. I'm going to add some about 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground ginger. And what's 1/8, you say? Pinch. It's a pinch. Or 1/2 of a quarter, however you want to say it. Just pinch. We're going to try and keep everything in the pool. We're just going to toss this around a little bit. It's going to get a little soft. You'll see it'll release its juices, and then that's when we're on that downhill slide. I'm going to put a little bit of tamari. I'm using tamari sauce. So we're getting saucy. All right, so tamari is going to be like your soy sauce, so it's going to be salty. That's why I'm not adding any salt. Salt will also increase the release of the liquids in the natural liquids that are in the cabbage. Turn that up just a little bit. And I don't want to release that much. My house, taste for flavor. Man, you talk about a good Asian coleslaw. That would do it right there. While we're waiting on that, Chef C's gonna do some nice skills and chop some shrimp, some scrimps. These are already deveined, so I'm not worried about veins. We're not mincing. Now, if you didn't want to cut it by hand, you could always put it in the food processor, get it a couple of pulses, call it a day. But if I don't have to wash a big item, I'm not going to wash a big item. I hear it sizzling. Do you hear it sizzling? That means we're almost there. Okay, so I will go ahead and tell you that if you wanted to cut this before you cooked it, you could. I have an aversion to raw stuff. Slimy to the field. Our cabbage is there. Add in our shrimp. That goes in the dishwater. Turn that off. Give this a little mix. All right. So it will gather a little bit of moisture. You will see some moisture release. I did turn off my heat because I don't want to cook anymore because we're going to air fry and we're going to deep fry. But you don't want the moisture in your wonton, because then it'll seep out. You won't get the crispiness, and ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm actually going to line my bowl with a little paper towel so it will drain away all the moisture. We're going to let this cool. Let's let it sit room temperature about 5 minutes. When we come back, we're going to get rolling. Right on? All right. So we're going to do these two ways. So I broke out the air fryer. My trusty dusty. That over just a little bit. And I've got my wok that I've cleaned out with a little bit of oil in it. I am using vegetable oil in this one. I don't have a whole lot. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't need a whole lot because you're gonna heat it to the right temperature. You can heat it around 350. All right, so we've got our wonton wrappers. I wonder if you can see this. Hang on, let me move this back just a little bit. Oh, that's hot. What? All right, so we've got our wonton wrappers. I've wrapped some already, and I've done them 2 ways. So I did the traditional. I got stuff everywhere. I did the traditional egg roll. So you need about a teaspoon. This makes a whole lot. If you were doing, it's gonna be too much. If you're doing egg rolls, you'll be fine. That's my air fryer telling me that it's ready. All right, so I preheated my air fryer at 400 degrees. All right, so the traditional way you do an egg roll, think tamale or burrito, and you're just gonna roll, and you're gonna tuck these ends in, tuck it in here. Hope you don't break something. I broke mine. Don't break yours. Tuck it, tuck it, tuck it, and there you are. We'll do it again. I turn it like in a triangle so that the point is pointed away from me. This was just water. I just got some water that I have been dipping my finger in. All right, so then we're going to wrap it like we'd wrap a traditional egg roll. Tuck, tuck, wrap, wrap, and it's closed. Wonton or a crab rangoon, or in this case, shrimp rangoon. I'm going to, I'm going to say this. If you can take the time to cut your own cabbage, please do. And the reason why is because when you do the store-bought cabbage, you're going to come out with it's whatever that machine decided it wanted to cut that in, it did it. All right, anyway, random. Squirrel. All right, so I'm going to fold it in half, make my points touch, tap down everything on the side, make sure everything's closed, everybody's in the pool, all ends are closed. We wet your finger if you need to. What did I say? Re-wet your finger. Okay, so then I'm gonna put a little bit of water on the ends, fold them over like a little cap, and that's it. That's how I'm gonna do mine. Now I'm sure that a true Asian person would probably tell me, "Lady, what are you doing?" Hey, I'm self-taught when it comes to this. And, I'm always looking for the easiest way to do something. So I'll look at it and I'll see if I can figure out how to do it easier. So we got my ends meeting. I've got everything's in. Everybody is in and we're tucked away. Everything's sealed. Put a little water on the end. Fold it. Grease it. There you go. I got 3 more. Let's do one the other way. That's going to be too much. And that piece is too big. So I'm going to lift it up, fold it over, pull it towards me just a little bit. Do 1 roll. Wrap. Wrap. Wrap it up to close. These would be perfect appetizers for any event or that you're going to have, but I would suggest that you do this early, so that you're baking them off at the last minute. Is that 1 or is that 2? I can't tell. Cannot tell. We're going to make it 1 since I can't get it off. Today you get to be 1. All right. Wonton way. Everything in. You decide which one is easier for you, because everybody has, a preference. I don't really have a preference. I think since we're going to have that duck sauce, dunking them in, the egg roll way is going to probably be easier for the dunkage. Yes, she said that, dunkage. All right. And where? Try to make sure I get this on camera. Fold it close. How we're going to do you? It all starts out the same way, so don't stress about this. Don't stress. It's all about no stress. We want good food, no stress. My wonton wrappers are vegan, so I will tell you, you leave out the shrimp. What you got? You got vegan. Can you see? And press it. And there you are. Let's fry some up. All right. So we're gonna do a double fry on these. Let's put the ones in the air fryer first. All right, so I've got my basket. I've oiled my basket a little bit. My air fryer is up to temp. We're gonna put these in. I'm gonna put some of each. I've got my avocado oil spray. I'm gonna spray them lightly. For 4 minutes. And away they go. Our fried ones, I'm just gonna dunk them. I'm gonna do all right, so we're gonna double fry. So we're gonna fry it, get it crispy. I'll bring it out, let it drain a little bit, and we're gonna put it in and get it brown. So it's gonna give us our crunch and our chew. Second fry is gonna be a slightly higher temperature. I'm just gonna put it on a high heat instead of a medium high. This is at medium high. I'd say I didn't bring out my thermometer. I could. For about 330. Woo. It's a good thing I didn't use a lot of oil, huh? All right, I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. We're gonna get this about 350. We're gonna put it back in. So we're gonna let it drain for about a few minutes. Now, you don't have to do the double fry. I'm doing the double fry. The air fryer is gonna stop about half. It's gonna beep at me about halfway through cooking time, and it's gonna tell me to turn everything over, and I'll turn it over, and I'll see if it needs to be sprayed. If it needs to be sprayed, I'll spray it again. These are kind of cool. I've got asbestos hands. Use your tongs, people. Years of bacon. Years of bacon. This time we're going for color. We're going for like a golden brown. If you had a whole thing, a deep fryer, when they float, they're done. See how that one works? If you have a deep fryer, you can do that. That's a little hot. Meanwhile, I've got our sauce back here. I'm not going to fill this up because I don't want to take the temperature of my oil down. I've got our sauce back here. All we've got left to do with that sauce is I'm going to take the immersion blender and blend it. If you don't have an immersion blender, you can use your food processor. You can use a regular blender. Man. This is what happens when Caritha wants Asian food. But she doesn't really want to go out and get Asian food. And I know you can use... Ooh, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to, did it? Let's try it this way, that way. Hey. And I know you can use like DoorDash and all those kind of things, but you know what? If you can fix it yourself, why pay? Why? Why? Just why? Ooh, these have good color. That one's not quite. I just turned that one over, didn't I? And I did it again. There we go. This golden brown, that's what we're looking for. See that golden brown? That's what we're looking for. Let's go ahead and pull these out. That one could have gone just a little bit more, but I hear the crunch in it, so we're gonna trust the crunchiness. We're gonna flip this one over. Flip that one over. And when we bring out about 3 more of these, and I'm gonna put these 2 in. Yep. Remember I said we're going for color? We are going for color. see what we're looking like over here. Ooh. Over there in the drawer of fun. So we got some good color forming on here. I'm gonna turn these over. And I am going to spray them one more time. Avocado oil. Shove them back in. We'll let it finish. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Making a mess. Meanwhile, so you're asking, okay, so you say that the frying, you might be asking to yourself. The frying seems to be faster. It is. I've already turned it over. I beat you to it. But it is going to cost you some calories. And if you burn yourself, it's going to cost you some time. So we're going to fry off these last ones. Then I'm going to zhuzh our sauce. And then we're going to be ready to plate and eat some snacks. Snacks. All about snacks. All about them. I don't think I have another outlet available over here. But I wanted to show you. Here's our sauce. It's thickened on its own. The liquid has cooked down. We're about half. So we're just going to use the immersion blender. Finish it off. And I will see you back here when we're ready to plate. And there we have our finished product with our dipping sauce. You have your, see how it's thick on its own? I didn't add any cornstarch or anything to that. That was just the fruit. You have your air fried version, thick and crispy as well. You have your pan fried version. I'm gonna tell you, the air fry probably tastes as good. They probably taste the same, but aesthetic, looking at it, I'm gonna go with this pan fried. I'm gonna go with the deep fried because I'm old fashioned when it comes to the egg rolls. That's just my opinion. Just mine. And we all know what opinions are, so it's just my opinion on what I prefer. But that doesn't mean it's written in stone. Your air fried version is going to be just as good. It's going to be quicker. It's going to be quicker because you can put more in the air fryer. You don't have to do it like I did. You can put more in the air fryer. Get them as crispy as you want. It's good times. Good times. Yeah. Thank you for coming to cook with me today. Again, I am Chef C. This is C Spot. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. We like your comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you don't think. Tell me if you made it and you think tell if you made it and you did something different. Let me know what you did. The traditional also has ground pork in it in your egg rolls. I didn't do the ground pork because I knew I wasn't doing egg rolls, and that was going to be a whole lot of filling in a wonton wrapper, and it wasn't going to work. So we improvised. Maybe one day I'll make my own egg roll wrappers. We'll see if I can be special like that. We'll see. Yeah. Enjoy, y'all. The recipe will be in the link below. So you'll be able to find it on the website. The website is thecspotfood.com. THECSPOTFOOD.com. You can reach me at email also is thecspotfood@gmail. We're on IG. We're in Pinterest, believe it or not. We're on Pinterest. And we have Facebook. So contact me however you want to contact me. Let me know what you want to see on the site. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. Let me know if you like me to ramble. I can stop rambling. No, I can't. Anyway, so remember, in all that you do, every day, and all that you do, to always enjoy the journey. See you later.